Hey guys, Abby here, your fitness chick, here to inspire, uplift, educate, and motivate you like I am every Monday night. So you may notice I have a little bit of a different background tonight. For those of you who might be new to following me, I started a new segment. So the first Monday of each month, which today would be one of those days, I'm in the kitchen. It's called It's Feeding Time with Your Fitness Chick. So last month, I don't know if the video is still on. I think it is. It stays posted for 30 days. I did some ideas on good breakfasts. And today, I'm going to share with you some really easy ways to get your meal prepping done for lunch and for dinner. Because the key to success, really, you guys, is to keep it stupid simple. Keep it stupid simple. If you start to overcomplicate, that's when you start to put in too many ingredients, you start stacking those calories, and that's when you get out of range with keeping your macronutrients in check if weight loss is your goal, or fitness or overall health for that matter. So I'm going to show you how easy it is. You don't have to buy a million things. You do not have to spend a million hours in the kitchen. I'm going to tell you what just transpired. I almost thought about getting a GoPro so you guys could see what my average day is like, because it's actually hysterical. I literally was at Publix about an hour and 20 minutes ago, getting all this stuff for tonight. I already had an envision of what I was going to do. I literally just prepped everything in less than a half hour, changed my clothes, got my face ready, and here I am. So that shows you how fast this can be done. So the main thing that I always like to address when we're talking about food is protein. So there's 3 different macronutrients that I always focus on. There's other micronutrients too, but the macronutrients that you want to be concerned with are your protein, your fat, and your carbohydrates. 1 gram of protein is 4 calories, 1 gram of carbohydrates is 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. That's where it gets you. That's where the calories start stacking up. So I always have stressed the importance of getting your protein in and making protein the central core of your intake. The more lean muscle mass that you have, the higher your metabolism, which means the more fat, the more calories you're burning when at rest, and the more food you can eat. So you want to definitely make protein the heartbeat of every single meal that you do. Now, how much protein should I have every day, Abby? Well, the answer to that can be a little bit of a gray area, but the kind of golden key that I go to is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you're trying to lose weight and you have quite a substantial amount of weight to lose, I say 1 gram of protein per pound of your ideal body weight, okay? So, for example, if you're 175 and you want to be 150 grams of protein per day is what you want to do, okay? So, how do you get that in? Well, how do you get that in is you calculate how many times per day that you're going to be able to eat. Everybody's different. Everybody's work schedule is different. I eat 7 times a day. I'm bodybuilding. I'm doing something different. So that's a little excessive for some people, okay? But because I eat 7 meals a day, I'm going for about 200 grams of protein per day. So that's about 30 grams of protein per meal, okay? So if your goal is 150 grams of protein per day, if you're eating 5 times a day, if that's a reasonable number for you, then you want to shoot for about 30 grams of protein per meal, because 30 times 5 is 150, right? Okay, so that's the first thing that I wanted to talk about. So to keep it simple, because I always like to keep my episodes around 20 minutes, I picked 3 protein sources, okay? I already cooked it up to save time, but I cooked 1 pound of ground chicken breast, 1 pound of ground turkey breast, and 1 pound of lean ground beef. Now, 1 pound of any of those meats will give you 4 servings, okay? So 1 pound of lean beef, you divide that into 4s. 1 pound of ground turkey breast, divide that into 4. 1 pound of ground turkey breast or chicken breast, you're going to divide that into 4. So with 3 pounds of meat, that's going to give you 12 different meals, right? So when most pounds of meat, when you divide them into 4s, 4 ounces, is going to be around 25 to 30 grams of protein. So it's going to be suffice for what we're trying to do. It's perfect, okay? So I cooked up 1 pound of each of those, and I'm gonna show you 2 different options for each of those kinds of meats that you can do. Now, this is just an idea. There's a million different things that you can do. So somebody said, what are you eating that works for you for 7 meals? So I eat almost the same thing every day. I switch it up a little bit because I am gonna be competing. I'm pretty serious about my food. So real quick, I'll just share that with you. So right when I get up, I do a protein drink. It's a Lean Gains. It's a big protein drink. It has about 44 grams of protein in it. After I work out, I eat 4 egg whites, 1 whole egg and oatmeal. Then I have a Greek yogurt smoothie with collagen, a scoop of protein powder, usually a banana. My 4th meal is usually some ground turkey breast with some rice. My 5th meal is usually like a potato or a sweet potato with some chicken. And then my last 2 meals are the same. They're usually ground chicken or turkey with spinach. So it stacks up really quick. It stacks up really easy for me. And I keep it stupid simple. So when you do the same thing almost every day, it makes it a lot easier to get towards your goal. So that's a good question, Tim. I hope that helped you. All right, so we always want to try to do organic meat if we can. Avoid hormones, avoid nitrates, things like that. When you can make as much things at home that is possible, you're going to avoid preservatives, you're going to avoid sodium and things like that. So when we're talking about turkey, which is going to be the thing I'm going to start off with, I'm going to make 2 different things. I'm going to make a turkey wrap and a turkey burger. Now, the reason why it's better to make your own turkey burgers, first of all, you can put whatever you want in them, right? But the main reason is when you are strolling through your aisles in your grocery store, and if you pick up a box of frozen turkey burgers, they have a shit ton of sodium in them, okay? Now, the American Dietary Guidelines are you should consume no more than around 2,300 grams of sodium per day. And I think when I was looking at the box, it had like 850 grams of sodium in 1 turkey burger. So that's a shit ton of sodium. So that's why it's a lot better to make your own at home, which is what I did. Now, when you're using seasonings, when you're making your burgers, when you're seasoning whatever food and meats that you're making, it's best to use, I love Mrs. Dash. Mrs. Dash has a bunch of different kinds. Like this is the original, so I use that. It has no sodium at all in it. So you can really use a lot of it to flavor up your food. I also like this one. I'm using this one tonight. It's taco. Again, no sodium. If you guys ever have looked at the packet of like the little Mexican seasoning that you can buy, if you're making burritos or if you're making tacos, again, tons and tons of sodium. So especially if you have blood pressure concerns, you want to avoid that. So I love Miss Dash. She has a million different flavors. She has steak, she has onion and garlic, she has the everything bagel seasoning, just all kinds of stuff with no sodium. Another alternative is Himalayan salt. Himalayan salt has a less amount of sodium in it and it has a lot more electrolytes in it, so you're getting more benefit when you cook with it, okay? So that's just a little couple of FYIs as we're starting, okay? So the two things that I'm gonna make from the turkey breast that I already made is a turkey wrap and a turkey burger. So because I have my teeny weeny little kitchen here, you're just gonna have to kind of follow along with me. I'm gonna try and move around here, okay? So anyway, what I've done is, again, remember I cooked 1 pound of turkey breast, 1 pound of ground chicken breast, because I hate cutting chicken breast. That's really gross to me. So I just love opening it and putting it in the pan. And then 1 pound of lean beef. So right here, I made a turkey burger and a lean hamburger, which I'll come back to. But for the turkey burger, and tomorrow, you guys, I'm going to have all these recipes on my page, so don't worry. I'm going to have all this up for you. But the turkey burger, all I did with this, I took the pound of turkey meat that I bought, divided into 4ths. This is like 1/4 of that pound. So this is going to be between, I think a quarter is 28 grams of protein, turkey breast. And then all I did was put Mrs. Dash on it and just put straight avocado oil in my pan, flipped it till it's done, and that's it. Now, with the turkey, You can make a turkey burger. You can make a turkey wrap. You can make a turkey pizza. You could do all kinds of things. So if you're doing a turkey burger, you guys, you can do bread, okay? Unless you're doing keto or have some weird, strange thing that you're doing, and if it's working for you, great. You can have bread, but we always want to strive for nutrient-dense food. So what I look for is what bread is going to give me the biggest bang for my buck. So I like the Dave's bread. You can find this at really any grocery store. He has all different kinds of variety of different stuff. But the nice thing is they're usually a little bit lower in carbs. They're definitely higher in fiber and have more nutrients. So this particular, if I eat this turkey burger, the bun has 160 calories. It has 31 carbs, but it has 4 grams of fiber. You can subtract the fiber off your carbs to give you the net carb content, which would put this at 27 grams of carbohydrate. Totally acceptable, okay? So turkey burger, there's an option for you, okay? If you wanted to just make 4 turkey burgers from that pound of turkey, you could do that too. Whatever you want to do, okay? But I like this bread for that. While we're talking about bread and bases, I'm going to show you real quickly some things that you always want to keep on hand. Again, multiple purposes, multiple uses, and that's what we want, because if you don't want to eat the same thing every day like I do, you don't have to do that. You can switch it up. But here's some things that you want to get, okay, at the grocery store. So I already showed you the Dave's bread. These things are really cool too. Smart Pockets. Okay, they're just what they sound like. They're little pockets. If you eat in those lean pockets, some of the girls I work with, they eat that. It's so gross. Anyway, these are much better. You can put your own stuff in here. You can do whatever you want. They're really easy if you're eating on the fly. You can make them ahead, wrap them in foil, put them in your fridge, and it has a good nutrient breakdown. So these are the Smart Pockets. They're wheat. They have 100 calories, 17 carbs, but 4 grams of fiber. So you subtract your 4 grams of fiber off, so it's only 13 carbs. That just allows you more room if you wanted to add fruit or sweet potato fries or some other carbohydrate source. If you can keep this low and you're getting more nutrients, then why not, right? So that's one of the other things besides the Dave bread. Get those pockets. And I find all this, it's over by, if you're a Floridian at Publix, they're over there by the produce section, by the wraps. So that's the other thing. So the wraps are really great. So these are, Tomorrow's is the brand. And one wrap is 60 calories and it has 11 carbs, but this has 8 grams of fiber in it. So that means only 3 net carbs per wrap. So you can make quesadillas with these. You can obviously make a wrap with them. You could actually make a flatbread with them even if you wanted to. So these are a really good base for you too. The last thing that I'm going to talk about and show you for a base to keep on hand are the flatbread things. These are called Flat Out. These are thin pizza crust. These have 130 calories, 25 carbs, only 1 fiber gram, but look how long they are. They're big. So you're going to get a lot of stuff on them for 25 carbs. Okay? So let's go back to the turkey. So we made the turkey burger. Now I'm going to show you a turkey wrap. I don't know about you guys, but I freaking love the Publix sandwiches. Who loves the Publix sandwiches? I do. The one I love and I really always have to splurge on during this time of year, they have a turkey sub that has turkey, it has bacon, it has, I think it's Gouda cheese, and it has like a cranberry orange like marmalade on it. It's like to die for. It is so good, but a little bit higher in calories. They usually put mayonnaise and stuff on it. So I wanted to recreate a healthier version of it. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do tonight. So with that being said, I'm going to take one of those wraps. It's just one of those wraps that I showed you, the Tomorrow's brand. And what you can do is, this is just ground turkey breast. So remember, I took 1/4 of that pound and made a turkey burger with it. But this is 3/4 pound of turkey. And all I did was I put it on the stove. I took a pan I sprayed it with a little bit of avocado oil and then seasoned it with Mrs. Dash, cooked it till it's done. And then you can use this, put it in Tupperware if you want to, divide it into 4 so it's even, and use it for a multitude of things. But we're gonna make a turkey wrap. So I'm gonna show you real quickly. I'm trying to see which angle this would be best to do it on. Hey, sorry I lost you guys. My camera flipped around on me. So anyway, we're going into making the turkey wrap. So what we're gonna do, let me not touch stuff so I don't mess stuff up here. Getting crooked. I need a cameraman, you guys. Okay, so we're gonna just take some of this garlic aioli sauce. This is so good, you guys. It's like a low-fat mayonnaise, but it has a ton of flavor in it. So we're gonna take a little bit of that, and we're gonna spread it on the wrap, okay? So just a tiny bit on the wrap. So this is all I'm doing, if you can see it. This is the garlic aioli stuff. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of that turkey breast in here. Okay, just like that. And then remember how I told you they had this like cranberry orange marmalade on the Publix sub? It's so good. The thing though, you guys, cranberry has a bunch of different sugars in it, a lot of sugar. So you gotta be really careful. So I bought these little things. They're just dried sweet cranberries. 1 tablespoon is 25 calories, 6 carbs. So we can live with that. So because it's Thanksgiving time and it's turkey, we're gonna put a little bit of the dried cranberries on there. Okay. And then of course you have to have a little bit of cheese, right? So I just have some of this low reduced fat 4 cheese Italian. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle that on here. So let me show you. So this is like a little bit of a Thanksgiving wrap. So it's got the turkey breast, it's got the garlic aioli, it's got a little bit of cranberry, a little bit of cheese. If you wanted to roll it up, if you wanted to put it in the oven, if you wanted to toast it so the outside got crispy, you could do that. If you wanted to put it in the microwave, you could do that. Or it's really good just like this. Wrap it in foil, you're good to go. You can make a couple of them at a time, to be honest. So that's the other option from turkey. So we made a turkey burger, and then we also have the turkey wrap. There's 2 options for you, okay? All right, so then let's talk about beef, okay? So lean ground beef. You don't wanna eat like a shit ton of beef. I mean, red meat is good for you. It's got a lot of iron in it, but it can be inflammatory, so you gotta watch how much you consume, okay? But I cooked 1 pound of lean ground beef, and then I made a hamburger with it. So I'm gonna have this tomorrow. So all I did to make a lean hamburger was I took 1/4 of that pound, made a round patty, put it on the stove, Mrs. Dash, flipped it to whatever you like as far as the temperature is with your hamburger, and that's it. Put it on the Dave's bread bun, you're good to go, okay? So the other option with the burger though, is we can make a taco pizza, flatbread, okay? So with the remaining lean beef, what I did was I put some of the Mrs. Dash taco seasoning on there, okay? Just cooked it on the stove, broke up the meat pieces, and I'm gonna show you how you can make a flatbread taco pizza with this meat. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna grab some foil, okay? And I'm just gonna double it over because I like to not do dishes if possible. We're just gonna use foil. All right. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, remember those big flatbreads that I showed you? Look how big that is. That's pretty big size. We're gonna put that on the foil. And then the other thing that I really love, you guys, and I think I showed this in my last cooking segment, is these things right here. This is avocado that's mashed, and that's in individual packets. So it's really easy to keep it fresh because I don't know about you, but it's like when you buy an avocado, you gotta time it just right so that it doesn't go bad. And this works really, really great to keep it fresh, to keep it portioned so you know exactly how much you're getting. Because although avocado does have fat in it, it's good fat that we need, and it makes everything taste good. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this as my base or my sauce for my flatbread taco pizza. So I'm just gonna spread it on the flatbread. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but all I'm doing is spreading the avocado on the flatbread, okay? Then you can go back to the lean beef. Put some of that on there. Now you don't want to use a ton of it. About a 1/4 pound, which again is going to give you your 20 to 30 grams of protein, would be good, because if you put too much on there, it's going to get too heavy and then it's going to be hard to eat it, okay? So you just take the flatbread, a little bit of the avocado. Actually, I use the whole container. About a 1/4 pound of the lean ground beef that was seasoned with the Miss Dash taco seasoning. And then if you want to, you get your little, all your little Mexican seasonings out. So together, I'm going to put together like a Mexican tray here. So I have lettuce and tomato, which obviously I would probably wait and put those on after you bake it. And then we have green onions and then also some black beans. So you could put the black beans on there. Just sprinkle that on there. Black beans are really good for you, good for fiber, gives you a little bit of protein, but mostly a carbohydrate source, not protein. Gives you a little bit of extra. And then reduced fat Mexican cheese. So then you're just gonna put that on top of the pizza. The flatbread, I should say, just a little bit. Don't use like a ton. If you want to measure it out, if you're really tracking your macronutrients, you can measure it out. So there you go. So then you're going to bake that in the oven. Can you see how good that looks? Like at 425. I like to do this for about 5 minutes, and then I turn the broiler on for like 2.5 minutes. Not even 2.5 minutes. I would say like a minute. You're just eyeballing it, watching it. So everybody's oven's different. And then you take it out, and then you can put your lettuce, you can put your tomato on there, and then you have a Mexican flatbread pizza. Super good, got your protein, got some good carbs, great fiber, really yummy. So it's a really good thing for you with the lean ground beef, okay? So we've talked about the turkey, we've talked about the lean ground beef. Let's talk about the chicken now. Okay, so we want to use a lot of the same ingredients so that we're not having to buy a million things. So we just made a taco flatbread pizza with the lean ground beef. What we can do with our ground chicken breast is we can make a chicken taco salad. Okay, so then we're getting a different something to eat, but using a lot of the same ingredients that we've already purchased. So we're not wasting food. We know how much it is. It's like $1 gazillion now to eat. So to make a salad, a taco salad, now as the base, I'm not a huge fan of iceberg lettuce, you guys. If you like to buy those kits and stuff, okay, great, but really look and see if there's much nutrients in them. The iceberg lettuce is kind of worthless in my opinion. So I like spinach. Popeye did it, so that's what I like. You're also getting a little bit more protein, a lot more nutrients when you use spinach. So take some spinach to use as a base for your chicken taco salad. Okay. Then here is 1 pound of ground chicken breast that I already cooked. I seasoned it with the Mrs. Dash taco seasoning. Now, you guys, I have had clients in the past that like these, I'm trying to see which side I'm coming on. It's dyslexic on the camera. The canned chicken. Not a fan of canned chicken. The only reason why I even have this in my house is in case we have a hurricane. So, going back to the sodium content, there's good, there's better, there's best. This is going to be your least good because this is, how many ounces? This is 5 ounces, okay? The sodium in this is 600 milligrams. 600. So again, we wonder why so many people have shit tons of blood pressure issues. Well, look at that. That's like a fourth of your serving of sodium for the day. So that's why you want to use your own chicken. It doesn't take hardly any time to cook it. So I cooked this on the stove, Mrs. Dash seasoning, sprayed the pan with a little bit of olive oil, and cooked the whole pound of chicken breast just like that, okay? So we're going to make the taco chicken salad. So we already put our spinach as the base. Now I'm just gonna put some of this chicken on top. And I'm using my fingers, it's just me that's gonna be eating it. So if you're dividing this into 4 meals, you just use about a fourth of the pound. And then you're going to put whatever you want to put on here. If you want to put some black beans on here, if you want to put a little bit of the reduced fat Mexican cheese. I mean, watch the cheese, you guys. Tomatoes, scallions, you could do that too. The other thing that I like to add, just for a little variance in texture, is tortilla strips. And again, you got to watch it with these. I don't know if you can see these. But they just give it a little crunch and they give it a little something something. So I love these and they last me forever. I actually keep them in the fridge so they don't go stale because it takes me forever to finish a bag. So you could put that on top and then you have a chicken taco salad, okay? Easy to use. The other last thing that I'm gonna do as we're wrapping up is a chicken quesadilla. So to make a chicken quesadilla, and again, I'm gonna have the recipe on my page tomorrow, so don't worry about trying to remember all this, you guys. Is all you're going to do is you're going to, let me show you what we're gonna do. I'll actually make it real quick. So we wanna just mix together a couple things. So I'm gonna grab a bowl. Actually, I don't have one. I'm gonna grab a container here. Okay. We're going to actually take a little bit of Greek yogurt. If you can use Greek yogurt, you can use this for so much stuff, you guys. Greek yogurt, you can use it as a base for smoothies. You can use it in replacement of sour cream. You can use it as a base for so much stuff. So I'm actually going to use it as a base for my concoction for my quesadilla, okay? So I'm going to take about, I would say probably about a half cup of the Greek yogurt. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the ranch seasoning. Now you have to be careful with this, again, with the sodium, because a 1/4 teaspoon has 60 milligrams. That's where I'm kind of splurging on my sodium a little bit. But I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of the ranch into the Greek yogurt. Just a little bit. Now to flavor it up a little bit more, I'm going to put a little bit of onion powder in there. I'm actually going to put a little bit of scallions, just like a pinch. And then I'm going to use some of this 4 cheese Italian shredded cheese, and I'm going to mix it in with the Greek yogurt mixture. And then I'm just stirring this up. So this is the Greek yogurt, scallions, onion powder, ranch seasoning, and a little bit of the cheese, okay? And then I'm going to dump a little bit of the chicken in there, about 1/4 of the serving, so 1/4 of the pound, because we want it to be about 20 to 30 grams of protein per serving. So you're just going to stir all that in, okay? Then what you're going to do, you're going to take your, let's see if you can see me here. You're going to take your avocado oil and you're going to spray your pan. Put your temperature of your stove. Again, everybody's stove's a little bit different. But mine, I'm going to put it like on a 5. And then I'm going to actually take a couple of those wraps that I told you about. These guys. I'm going to take 2 of those out. Okay? One for the bottom and one for the top. So I'm going to put one down into the stove. And then I'm going to take that mixture that I mixed up, and I'm going to put it on top of that wrap. And I'm just kind of smushing it around. Okay. Now here's what I really like. I like bacon. Who doesn't like bacon, you guys? So what I did was I already cooked up some turkey bacon. Now this is uncured, organic turkey bacon. It has no nitrates in it. So I'm going to take a little bit of that. I've already cooked the turkey bacon before we started. And I'm just going to tear it up into little pieces in my quesadilla. So we're making a chicken bacon ranch quesadilla. So this is going to have actually probably a little over 30 grams of protein for the whole thing. And it's a lot of food. I don't even know if I could eat all this in one sitting. Even though I eat like a bunch of food every day, I eat little meals. So you're just going to take another wrap and you're going to put it right on top. I'm hoping you guys can see here. Okay. So to make the chicken quesadilla, we took about 1/4 of the cooked ground chicken breast that we had. We mixed it with about 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt. Get the plain Greek yogurt, some scallions, a little bit of the ranch powder seasoning, watch it because of the sodium, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of cheese. Mix that all in, spread it on the wrap, crumbled up some turkey bacon, and then put another wrap on top. And so we'll just brown that on both sides, and then you serve it. You can use a pizza cutter or whatever to divide it to eat it. So really easy stuff. Did you just see how easy that was to do all of those? That was 12 meals using just a handful of ingredients. And you can do it all ahead of time because people don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. That's how you really F up on your nutrition, because you don't plan ahead. Then you get to the point where you're starving and you're like, F it, and you just eat whatever that is around in multitude of a ton of amounts. I've been there. That's why I know this, right? But if you're prepared, I food prep twice a week. I do it on Sundays and I do it on Wednesdays. And that way I'm set up for success. It sucks kind of on the days that you have to do it, you know, but you have the rest of the days off, unless I know you're feeding your family and stuff like that. But all this stuff that I showed you, you can use to feed your family. Most kids love all this stuff. What kid doesn't love a hamburger? What kid doesn't love quesadillas? Obviously, you could modify the ingredients that are in it. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Remember, protein is the king. Strive for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you're trying to lose weight, go for your goal weight and the amount of protein that you're going to consume. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be here next Monday to inspire, uplift, educate, motivate you to become your best self. If you haven't checked out my podcast from last week, it's posted on my page. It's also posted on the Your Fitness Chick group page. If you're not a member of the Your Fitness Chick group, go join it right now. There's a lot of stuff I put on there that I don't put on my page. So go in and join. And then my new podcast episode will release tomorrow. So make sure to check that out. That's going to be available on the YouTube channel if you want to watch the episode. I'll also post it on the Facebook page. But if you go to Your Fitness Chick on YouTube, follow me there. Also on Spotify for the Audible. So when you're driving to work, if you just want to listen to the podcast episode, you can do that too. And then also I'm going to be on Apple. We're just waiting on some stuff with them. So thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, or if I can be of help in getting you involved in a structured nutrition program, a structured workout program, I would love to help you. You can check out the programs I have available by visiting www.yourfitnesschick.com. You can email me with any questions that you have, support@yourfitnesschick.com. Leave a comment. If you have a question, you can private message me on Facebook. I'm always happy to help. Have a great week. And we'll see you here next Monday night for Facebook Live.